There's a saying that truth fears no questions, but deception, it hides in the spaces between words, in the tremble of a voice, in the silence behind a smile. In our journey through life, especially in relationships, one of the hardest truths we must face is this: not every smile means love, not every tear means sorrow, and not every word spoken is the truth. This isn't about hating women, nor about distrusting them for no reason. It's about understanding human behavior, and more importantly, emotional intelligence. If you're a man looking for truth in a world where emotion often clouds communication, then knowing when a girl is lying is not about judgment. It's about discernment. Let's begin with tone of voice. When someone speaks, their voice carries more than just words. It carries intent, energy, emotion. A sudden change in tone, too soft when it should be firm, too defensive when it should be calm, is often the first sign that something's off. A girl who is lying may suddenly sound uncertain or overly confident, like she's rehearsed her lines. Her pitch may rise slightly, especially if she's under pressure. Pay attention when her voice doesn't match the situation. If she's saying she's okay but her tone sounds hollow, there's a lie between the syllables. Next is attitude. Attitude is harder to fake. A girl who is being honest is at ease. Her energy flows in sync with yours, but when she lies, her energy is inconsistent. She might become defensive, dismissive, or overly sweet. A shift in demeanor, suddenly being distant, unusually irritated, or trying too hard to please, can be an unconscious effort to divert your attention. The more she wants you to believe her, the more performative her attitude becomes. Now, let's talk about body language. The body speaks what the mind tries to hide. Crossed arms, avoiding eye contact, touching the face or neck repeatedly, fidgeting, all classic signs of nervousness. But it goes deeper than that. Look for incongruence. If she says she's happy, but her shoulders are tense and her eyes don't light up, believe the body, not the words. Truth aligns the body and the mouth. Lies create a mismatch. Sometimes the body even reveals guilt, like sudden stillness, overcompensation in gestures, or a smile that fades too quickly. Facial expressions reveal everything the words don't. The face is the stage where micro-expressions play out before the conscious mind has time to control them. When a girl lies, she may smile with her mouth, but not her eyes. She may fake surprise, but the timing is off. The truth flashes for a split second, a twitch of the mouth, a wrinkle in the brow, a blink too fast. These are the moments when your instincts whisper, and your job is to listen. Then there are the tears. Crying can be a real expression of pain, or a calculated act of manipulation. How can you tell the difference? When a girl cries genuinely, her entire face changes. The pain is involuntary, the breathing is broken, the voice cracks. But fake tears often lack emotional depth. The crying feels rushed, or the tears come without true emotional breakdown. If she cries at convenient times, especially when confronted, you need to ask yourself, is this grief or guilt? Sadness or strategy? Now we move to anger. Sometimes a lie hides behind rage. When a girl is caught or feels the pressure of being found out, she may lash out. This is called reactive defense. Instead of answering your concern, she attacks your character. Why don't you trust me? You're always accusing me. The goal is to guilt you into retreat, to make you question your intuition. But anger doesn't always mean she's lying. It's the timing and intensity of the anger that reveals its truth. If it flares up unnaturally or redirects the conversation away from the truth, it's a shield, not a sword. Then there's happiness, the kind that doesn't match the moment. You must be careful here. Sometimes a girl laughs too hard, smiles too much, acts overly playful when there's tension in the air. This is emotional masking. If you feel something is wrong, but she's being unusually cheerful, don't dismiss your gut. That happiness might be a decoy, because people often use joy as a disguise for anxiety, guilt, or deceit. So how do you see it coming? The first key is awareness. Most people don't lie because they're evil. They lie because they fear something: judgment, loss, confrontation. You prevent deception not by control, but by clarity. Create an environment where honesty is rewarded, where communication isn't punished. The less a girl fears telling you the truth, the less reason she has to lie. But awareness is only one part. The second key is consistency. Truth is consistent. It doesn't change under pressure, it doesn't require rehearsing, and it doesn't contradict itself. Lies, however, are inconsistent. They have cracks. Ask the same question at different times and see if the answer changes. Observe how the story evolves, how the attitude shifts, how the energy flows. If something keeps tugging at your intuition, pay attention. The third key is emotional detachment. This doesn't mean you don't love. It means you don't lose yourself. When you're too emotionally attached, you ignore red flags, justify inconsistencies, and silence your inner voice. Detachment gives you the space to observe, to reflect, to choose wisely. If she knows she can manipulate your emotions, then truth becomes a tool in her game. But if you stay centered, balanced, and grounded, she cannot move you with lies. The fourth key is standards. Make it clear from the beginning, lies are deal breakers, not in a threatening way, but in a self-respecting way. Your presence should demand honesty without saying a word. A man with standards doesn't need to chase truth. It presents itself, because he creates an environment where deceit cannot survive. But how do you prevent lies before they happen? You do it by creating radical honesty. You tell the truth even when it hurts. You lead by example. You show her that truth is not something to be feared. It's something that builds connection. When you are brutally honest about your own emotions, intentions, and boundaries, she has no reason to lie, unless she is not meant for you. And in that case, the lie is a gift, because it shows you who she truly is. Let's go deeper. To truly predict deception, you must train yourself to observe patterns, not moments. One lie might go unnoticed. Two might seem like coincidence, but three is a pattern. Look at how she reacts under pressure. Does she change her story when her emotions flare? Does she avoid certain topics? Does she get uncomfortable when you ask direct questions? These aren't just isolated incidents. They are signals pointing to a deeper truth. Another layer of awareness comes from understanding emotional leverage. A girl who lies often uses your emotions against you. She knows your weaknesses, your attachment, your blind spots. She knows when to play soft, when to be angry, when to cry. She knows what story to tell to disarm your logic. But remember this, the truth doesn't need performance. It simply is. So when you find yourself being moved, stop and ask, am I being manipulated? Or is this genuine emotion? Understanding this helps you take your power back. You begin to ask the right questions. Not just, is she lying, but why would she feel the need to lie? Is it fear? Is it control? Is it guilt? And then you ask, what part of me has allowed this space to exist where the truth was not safe? See, prevention isn't about policing others. It's about creating a space where truth feels like the only path forward. Now, let's flip the perspective. What does a relationship built on radical honesty look like? It looks like trust, not comfort. It looks like hard conversations, not avoidance. It's when a girl feels safe enough to say, I messed up, instead of hiding it. It's when a man has built his presence so strong, so emotionally stable, that lies feel unnecessary and foolish, because she knows the truth will be heard, not punished. She knows this man cannot be fooled by surface emotions. She knows this man sees through masks because he's taken his own off. So if you want to stop lies before they form, become the kind of man who doesn't lie to himself. A man who isn't addicted to fantasy. A man who doesn't project ideals onto someone just because he wants to love them. Because when you lie to yourself about who she is, you give her permission to lie too. Now here's a difficult truth. Some girls will lie, even when they don't have to. Some will lie out of habit, out of manipulation, out of a desire to control. And when you meet a girl like that, no amount of emotional intelligence or honesty will change her. And your job is to walk away, not out of bitterness, but out of wisdom. Because the moment you tolerate one lie, you've opened the door to 10 more. What you tolerate, you teach. So protect your peace, protect your mind, protect your energy. Learn to watch in silence. Learn to read between the lines. Learn to trust what your gut tells you when your heart doesn't want to listen. You are not here to be lied to. You are here to build something real. And here's where the inspiration lies. The more you refine your ability to detect lies, the more your life aligns with truth. You'll start attracting women who operate from integrity, because your frequency will no longer match deception. You'll start building relationships based on mutual respect, not emotional games. You'll look at your past and realize that every lie you uncovered was a step toward self-mastery. This is not just about relationships. It's about the art of discernment. Every man who wants to live a powerful life must master it, because life is full of illusions. People will sell you dreams. They'll mask intentions. They'll use emotion to distract you from truth. But the man who sees clearly, he wins. So the next time a girl speaks, listen not just to the words, but to the silence in between. Watch her body, feel her energy, match her smile to her eyes, match her words to her history, and above all, don't rush to believe. Truth reveals itself with time. A lie begs for instant trust. Be the man who moves slowly, sees deeply, and walks away quickly when something doesn't align. Because once you learn to detect deception, not just from others, but from yourself, you become untouchable, and that is the beginning of real power.